right. So we're back. We're sitting in the lobby. They're about to start up. We have Confed Jack, Platinum Protoss player versus Gold Protoss player, Sky Hero. Because I guess Psionic Aftermath did not have Platinum to fill the spot. And so Sky Hero is going to play up a rank. Augie's getting set up in... Are you there, Augie?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
We're all ready to go? Alright, cool. Let's see. So they're doing a countdown to start the game. Here we go.
So do you know much about Sky Hero? Is he a top strength gold or is he middle tier?
I don't know. I didn't look at which ranking gold he was. But I assume he feels comfortable playing the match. I mean, he's the one that said he was okay with doing it, so I hope that he's feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, I think he will be.
Alright, so spawning in the bottom right hand corner, playing for Psionic Aftermath, is the red Terran, or red Protoss, his name's Sky Hero. Oh, it didn't go.
Alright.
Oh, I gotta go down. There we go. Boom! Alright. You want to introduce the next player?
Yeah.
Go for it.
You introduced Sky Hero? I'm
Yes.
sorry, I was adjusting.
Yes.
Alright, and then playing for Team Confed, we have Jack. Is it Confed or Confederation?
Yeah, Team Confed, Team Confederation.
Confederation. So we got a couple probes passing each other here at the beginning.
The way Jack moved his out, I feel like either he was scouting or he was trying to avoid the other probe, maybe.
Yeah, it looked a little bit.
I guess he did scout all the way behind the base, so yeah, he's just scouting for proxy or something. This guy here is just gonna have that probe sit there in the natural and trying to deny the expansion. Double gas coming from Jack. Only one gas from Sky Hero still. So yeah, Jack, it looks like he's probably gonna go into that double adept, double stalker, try and pressure Sky Hero.
And we have Jack now with three workers in gas, and Sky Hero is taking his third as a natural and has now only put 3 probes on the gas.
We got probes running everywhere. Probes at the natural for Confed Jack, and I'm trying to kill that pylon, denying the natural expansion. Sky Hero takes the outside expansion rather than the pocket expand. Pretty interesting. It'll make his third a lot easier to take though later on, as long as he can defend this.
Right, and I really do feel like that's a confident move. That's a move that's saying that he feels really confident in his play and he can hold it. I like to see that.
I mean, he's making the wall and he's closing off with the Zealot, almost as if he's playing against a Zerg. That's kind of odd. But double Stalker coming out for Jack. He's a little supply blocked, but the Stalkers are coming out now.
Yeah, and he's also chrono boosting that Warp Gate technology, which is only now beginning for Sky Hero. Actually, he's changing his mind. He boosted the cybernetics core and then he switched back for a mothership core on the Nexus.
Yeah, I saw that. He's got the Twilight down for Jack there in the back. So he's probably going to Blink Stalker play. Is probably what he's going to look to do. Still no expansion for him, so he's probably just going to try and one base him, maybe just a 4-gate. Sky Hero putting down the second gateway. The Robo for our blue Protoss. Why do I keep calling them Terrans? It's as if I want them to secretly be Terran. Pretty passive game. We have the 4 stalkers here at the front. That's
and right looking at the army count, I'm definitely I'm feeling like um, it may be a good idea for Jack to just move out, and do some poking at this point. But it does look like Sky Hero is pulling ahead in workers right now, and so his economy is getting a short boost at the time.
But he doesn't have the forces. I mean, if Jack moves out now, he's not gonna nothing here is gonna be able to stop that Stalker force.
Absolutely not.
Stargate for Sky Hero.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I don't like to see that move. And now this Adept looks like he's going to stumble upon these stalkers, this small little army, and hopefully he reacts accordingly, and hopefully he sees this.
Sees a bunch of stalkers.
It looks like we're going into blink, is what I would imagine is going to happen here for Jack with that observer. I would like to see that anyway down there, because there's a lot of space, to blink in.
Yep, definitely. I wonder if he's gonna make an Oracle out of this Stargate, or if he's gonna go into Void Rays. Because I mean, Void Rays would be a good idea if he's assuming that Jack is going to go into Immortals, which he is. I mean, he doesn't know that he actually has that Robo or anything, so he doesn't know he's gonna be producing Immortals. He's probably maybe just taking a guess, but he has a rally point set over to the. It looks like no, he relocated back to his natural. I believe he said it had it set at the at Jack's natural. So I think he's probably
right.
Yep, Void Rays. So yeah, he's going to Void Ray Stalker, which should be good against Immortals.
We got the +1 going for Sky Hero now, about halfway done, and Blink does start coming out for Jack, so looks like some Blink play may be happening here, and honestly, I'm a little bit worried for Sky Hero. He needs to start making units.
I don't know, because Jack did opt for the natural there, so he did expand, so he's still going to be trying to boost up that economy. Meanwhile, Sky Hero has a fairly large economy already, and he is taking that pocket third, and it's much safer for him to take that pocket third since he already took the outside expansion. And it doesn't look like Confed Jack really wants to do anything right now, unless he's just going to get to like maybe 3 Immortals and then push out. That could be a thing. I mean, I know that was always a favorite number in Heart of the Swarm for Protoss, was get 2 Immortals, but that was tended to be a PvZ type thing. Just gonna get this hallucinated Phoenix Scout. See what's going on for Sky Hero.
Yeah, a couple more gateways go down for Sky Hero at the front, so he's gonna start being able to produce a lot more units now. I definitely feel like Jack should have harassed. I would have loved to have seen something out of him with that big army advantage that he had early on, but now it's definitely evening out. 35 to 32 army count. The workers 53 to 42 in Sky Hero's favor. Looks really good for our gold Psionic Aftermath Protoss.
Yes, definitely. We see a couple stalkers pushing across the map here for Confed Jack. Confed Jack goes and takes his third, so by opting to take that, he's accepting that he's behind and that he's just going to try macro up eventually and maybe do something with it. The Robotics Bay finishes up here for Confed Jack, and let's see, Disruptors are the choice. Not going to go for the Colossi, so he looks like he's going to go from the Blink Stalker Immortal into the Blink Stalker Disruptor composition. I don't know why I just blanked on that. But that could depending on our Red Protoss's control here, that could be very damaging or very good. So Hallucinated Phoenix comes in through the base of Confed Jack, and then you see the Scout. I believe he saw the Disruptor as it flew over. Stalkers for Confed Jack just still sitting outside Sky Hero's base, just kind of waiting to see if there's going to be push out. He's got 7 extra workers as main. It could be something he could transfer over to his third there, but we'll see. We have a Warp Prism coming out now for Sky Hero, so see if he's going to push off of that, or possibly if he's going to just try and maybe work some harass into the natural. That's one thing that's kind of sucks about that pocket expand is how far around you have to go defend if someone goes and puts something in your base. 3 Void Rays and a bunch of Stalkers now moving across the map.
Definitely, yeah. There's a big army push going on right now. But I just want to look real quick before it hits at the beautiful saturation that Jack has compared to Sky Hero at 21/8 in his main and is not fully saturated in his third. And I'd like to see that he saturates his bases before he pushes out in his army to maximize his income advantage, since he definitely has little workers 68 to 68 as he's engaging right now with Jack.
Here we go. Oh, that's a pretty sick disruptor shots. Void Rays sitting up at the back, just melting these units. And it looks like it's just gonna be the Void Rays are just too strong. Another really no, this Disruptor gets killed before it gets a hit, and it's gonna be GG.
All right, is this an all-kill format?
I'll be right back one second.
So who's this next match? We got Diamond coming up now, right?
About that, I have returned. But yeah, well played. That was definitely a well played game by Sky Hero there.
So this is an all-kill format, is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
Wow, so we have our gold Protoss going up now against a diamond Protoss, so we're going to have another PvP.
Oh. There we are. Alright, the overlay is just going to change again in a second, but if you don't practice it, you never get it right. So here we go, we're loading up into the game. It's going to be another PvP. Sky Hero is continuing on. Ice is now the next person coming out for Team Confed.
All right.
Cool. Alrighty. So, spawning here in the top right-hand corner, playing for Team Psionic Aftermath, is a pink Protoss, Sky Hero.
And in the top left, we have the orange Protoss playing for Team Confed, is Ice.
So yeah, PvP, top spawns, top right, top left, relatively close base. Opens it up a bit more for some more mid-game plays than it would if it were like cross spawn. They can kind of travel through that third kind of towards the top there, and just kind of make it a quick, easy run over. So kind of similar map to last game in regards to distance, but neither of them know that. And we have Sky Hero, who's getting the early scout on, but it looks like he's gonna be traveling the wrong way across the map, and he's gonna get ice on the last scout. You know, he was being the smart, or not necessarily a smarter player, but he's being the quicker player, recognizing that he should maybe try and figure out exactly where his opponent is, maybe get a little bit of a heads up, and that way he can plan out his build a little bit more better, right? A little bit better. But Ice, being lucky here, gonna get the scout, gonna see exactly where Sky Hero is And Sky Hero at this point can assume, alright, my opponent's in the top left. He just scouted the bottom left, sees that nobody's there. And we'll now head up over there to go try and see if he can scout on what's being built.
Yeah, it's a pretty similar build coming out of both players right now. So it's, it's good to see. It looks a little bit like a mirror at the moment.
Zealot's being made. Everybody's gonna cancel that. Oh, that's some good old stuff.
Our Confed player Ice with his Nexus finishing. We'll see if he gets to saturating it before Sky Hero has an opportunity to do the same.
Let's see. Stargate goes down for Ice. We have a second gateway here for Sky Hero. Gonna see what his tech is.
Oh wow, double depth coming out now for Ice. We have a Stalker coming out over on the other end, Sky Hero, so it's a hard counter to be depth. And those adepts are moving out immediately too. They're on their way.
There's 2 adepts heading out. 1 stalker for defense from Sky Hero and his mothership core. He has a pylon at the front. There goes a robo at the natural for Sky Hero. So kind of similar situation as last game with. But in reverse roles, we have Sky Hero that's going for the Robo, whereas our Confed player over here, Ice, is going for the Stargate. However, he's not going for Oracle or Void Ray. He's actually going to go for the Phoenix. And we see here he has 2 Adepts getting some damage, 5 probes killed.
Right, and so you definitely see this time where Sky Hero did not have an early army similar to last game. He's now being punished this game by the more experienced Diamond player with just a really small push. There's not a big commitment to depth, but it's literally destroying and gutting
13 workers.
Aftermath player.
13 workers, definitely gonna put him in a big lead now. And we're looking at 39 to 23, so there's 16 worker difference.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Ice still has the army advantage, so there's nothing this guy here can really do at this point to punish him immediately for that attack.
Yeah,
I would say extremely wise investment for Ice.
Yeah, Ice is going to take his third off of it too, knowing that he does have that upper hand, that he did put out that damage. Puts a pylon at the front of his natural, just waiting for any more units to walk through. We already had 1 adept that just got roasted. Observers flying across the map here for Sky Hero. Going to see if he can find out, what is my opponent doing? What is he doing? What do I need to do? And hopefully he can, figure something out. Oracle flies out though, so going for that Phoenix first to defend, knowing that Sky Hero went for the Stargate last game, that he was going to try and meta him with with a Phoenix, and then now even more so off guard because of how late this Oracle is. You expect the Oracle to come a lot sooner than this, but now that's definitely going to play into getting some extra kills because of it. 4 more workers, so 17 workers overall killed by those 2 adepts and this this Oracle. It's a lot of.
So that, it didn't do an amazing job, but it did its job, and it destroyed enough workers to just keep chipping away that worker are close to 9 to 50 workers.
Third finishes for Ice, getting the saturation going on those guys. Double Void Ray production out of Ice. I mean, that's pretty much the best decision he can make, because he knows what Sky Hero's building. He knows he has the Robo. He knows he just has those Stalkers. I mean, what are you gonna do with Stalkers against a bunch of Void Rays? Oracle flies into the natural. 4, 5. Is he gonna get 6 more kills? 6. 6. There it is. It weakens like 4 of them, but doesn't get the second hit to get the final kill. So he gets 6 more. So that's a total of 23 now.
Right.
driving it in.
At this point for Sky here, and he's pushing across the nose. He doesn't do some damage right now. It's game over because it looks like he may have a shot though. He's going up against an army of adepts and a void race, so the void is really the only thing he needs to really look out for. But an army of
It's not gonna do it because he has 3 void rays. I mean, even if it was just adepts and void rays, his army was just too big, and
oh yeah,
the void rays melt the stalkers. So this is gonna be GG here for Sky Hero at any moment. But it's all right. He got that first win, and I mean it was a gold versus a platinum in that situation, so he did really well in that game. And I mean, he didn't do terrible in this game, but it was just he just had some really good control and was able to get that worker harass down and just propelled him really far into the lead.
absolutely. No, I definitely feel like if every player in an all-kill format beats their opponent before, then you trade 1-1 all the way across.
Unless you're innovation.
So this is definitely going 1-1 is our Pink Protoss Guy Hero. Good game called for Ice, our Confederate player, and he definitely he made all the right moves. We saw last game Skytoss was going heavy on his economy at the expense of an early army. He made only 2 adepts, pushed out, did a ton of economic damage, followed up with an oracle that continually chipped away and over time more than paid itself off. And then at the end that void ray count was just too much to handle, and good game.
Yeah, definitely really good. So our next map is Echo.
All right.
And I'm not sure what the matchup is. I don't know who the next player is. We'll find out in just a second. Waiting for one more party. Come on, guy. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Alright, Diet Monster playing next. So we'll have Protoss, I think, versus Protoss again. So it's just a bunch of PvPs, huh? Everybody PvP? Everybody play Protoss? So now what is the meta? What is the meta on this one? Now because
Protoss versus Protoss in a row. So Diet Monster hopefully was watching the stream and saw everything that Confederate was just doing. He knows what Sky Hero, was doing. Perhaps a little bit, at the gold level, a little bit lower level, and so Diet Monster is a diamond. So now I have a diamond versus diamond. It looks like these are fairly equal skilled players, and we're looking to see the big game. What is the meta? I don't know. I think what if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I definitely can, with his 2 adept push and see if he can get some damage in. But maybe he'll switch it up. Maybe he'll say, well, I think maybe Diet Monster is watching, and I need to do a different strategy that will maybe even be a little bit safer. Maybe a little more cautious, but also. I don't know, if he decides to go with adept play, then we could see Diet Monster just build up stalkers and do some hard counter and push in on his own. That would be nice.
Well, I think the only way we're going to find out is if we ask this guy here spawning in the top left-hand corner, the blue Protoss playing for Team Confed. It is Ice.
And down in the bottom right, we have playing for Psionic Aftermath, Diet Monster.
Yeah, so I mean, like you're saying, it kind of tosses everything up in the air because now you're gonna expect him to do the same thing. I mean, it's a really popular thing having those double adepts into Oracle. It's a really powerful build, but I mean, like it's easily scoutable. Our Diet Monster could do the same thing in response, so we have mirror builds going out. I mean, they're pretty similar right now going out, but we have a second gas going down for Diet Monster. So Diet Monster wants to do something early. Is it going to be a Stargate? Is he maybe want to proxy a Robo, or maybe even go into DTs are an option. There's the second gateway, so it looks like it's going to be that double adept that was Ice was doing earlier. It looks like he's going to be playing to that. Ice, same thing. He has those two gateways down. He has his second gas down. His second gas is a little bit later compared to Diet's.
Cybernetics core is going down now for Ice, our blue Protoss. And he's hiding a probe up. I don't know if you saw that, but Ice is hiding a probe up in Diet Monster's base, and so maybe we'll see some shenanigans out of that guy.
Maybe he'll just throw a pylon. I know I've done that before. I had my probe in a base, and I forgot it up in one of the corners after I went back to macro, and then 3 minutes later into the game, I was like, oh wait, there's a probe right there, and I just threw it on a pylon. I was like, all right, well, looks like I'm going DTs. Worked out pretty well too. Well, we see a Stargate coming for Ice, so yeah, he's gonna be looking at that double adept Oracle. But we have double stalker from Diet. It's actually not going to be the adepts. It's going to go into stalker. So it'll probably just go into 4 stalkers. Maybe get just go into blink and try and do maybe a 4-gate blink or something of that nature.
Yeah. So we have got a mixed unit composition right now coming out of Ice. We've got a stalker adept and a later warp gate tech. And coming out of Diet Monster, we have double stalker. So, at the moment, not a very large army count, but at the moment, I would say the Diet Monster is fairly safe, and he goes and lays down his natural, which I think is totally safe to do at this point. And he has his mothership core out. So, I'm not really seeing this Oracle coming down and causing too much trouble.
He has pylons in place. He has the stalkers. By the time the Oracle gets here, the natural might be done, but there's maybe gonna be 1 or 2 probes overall there. I don't think the natural is gonna be done by the time it gets up here. But yeah, so there's not gonna be really much for the Oracle to get done. Stalker's sitting there in the mineral line. Nothing's happening. The Stargate goes down for Diet Monster though, so his Stargate's a little bit later. But he had the faster expansion. So he has a faster natural. Oracle's going to the top right, going to come down to the main. Stalker's moving out of position now, but still that pylon. The pylon's there, but the Oracle's definitely going to see the Stargate, so he's going to know that he's going to be coming at him with either Phoenix or Oracle. If he looks close enough, he will definitely see the Oracle coming out in itself. Overcharge stops that Oracle and forces it out. Here comes the stalkers to wrap around. Are they going to get it? They catch it, but not before it gets Revelation on. Really good, really quick reaction there from Ice. Going into Phoenix, he has 1 Phoenix out so far. Second one's on the way. Single Oracle coming out for Diet Monster. Going to send it back the same way that Ice was going. See if he goes into Phoenix to try and match it.
I definitely feel... to me personally, I would like to have a candy in my base if I were a Diet Monster, but just seeing that these Phoenix are coming, because it's always a little bit annoying to have a Phoenix in the Kokanoid and Mothership core when you have it or just forcing the charges,
Double Stargate for Ice there, so I think he's gonna want to go in double Phoenix production. That's kind of the general rule as PvP. If your opponent gets Phoenix, you better get Phoenix, because if you don't, it'll reach a point in the mid game where your opponent will just pick up your entire army and it will be not a thing.
Right.
So he's gonna go for the double Phoenix production. Diet Monster might go for Phoenix production as well upon seeing these Phoenix. But I mean, whenever you're making a 2-to-1 production, that's gonna kind of set you behind on that. We see a nice. We got 2 gateways and a Twilight going down for Diet.
This Oracle for Diet Monster had picked up 4 kills, but was chased away by the Phoenix all the way across the map. But it did survive, and now it's on its way back up the map. It's going to lay down a stasis ward in the middle of the map.
Stasis ward, good unit. Taking the 3rd.
Good.
Diet Monster takes that 3rd. Says this is mine and not yours. Double Void Rays. Not even going for the Phoenix.
So we're just skipping Phoenix. We're going straight into Void Ray, and it served him last game. Those Void Rays did all the work. So it's definitely a good investment on his part, and I think it can pay off again this time.
Phoenix
So
flying
now,
around trying to see what Diet Monster has going on, if he has what kind of units he's making. Oh, he didn't
yeah,
scout out with that third though. Did he? Nope, no, he didn't scout the third, so he doesn't really know what's going on. But he takes a third of his own anyway. Assumes that he's probably safe. Saw Diet Monster's army. Said, "That's not too big. I'm not afraid of that. I can take a third and I'll be all right."
definitely. And it's fairly even, 31 to 31 in the army count at this point. Worker count 46 to 38 in Diet Monster's favor, and he's had that third base up. I'm sorry, it's not up. It's just now coming up, and he's already got that have been mining off of it, running back to the other base because he's fully saturated. So it looks like also we're gonna have Blink coming down for Diet Monster, and
Yeah, he also threw down a Robo Bay too, so probably going to Blink Disruptor is what he's kind of looking at. I don't know if you saw this, but Ice had an observer that traveled through the middle map and actually saw the stasis ward. I don't know if he actually saw it himself and will avoid it, or maybe he, if he's gonna remember and avoid it whenever he walks across the map. If he does, but here comes Diet Monster's army. Ice might not even have to walk across the map. It might just be Diet Monster that just comes and starts this. But like you're saying, the army supply is in Diet Monster's favor. The one issue I have with that is the fact that he has 3 Void Rays, and so that's gonna kind of be more in the favor of
could be
Ice.
trouble if taken care of. And it looks like he's going to be able to march up in this third base. Oh, yeah, and the army of Ice is just going to sit there. So he's going to get a couple free shots off, maybe a few kills, free Adept there, maybe a free Pylon. And those Void Ray. And now the Mothership Core can get off. Oh, this is not good. Diet Monster is definitely on the run now. Those Void Rays did the work, just like we thought they might for Ice, and now Diet Monster is being chased back. That Phoenix picking off his Warp Prism.
Oh, running right for the stasis ward. He's gonna see it. Oh, he gets caught, but it doesn't matter. He has the four Void Rays and Immortal that are gonna be taking out this Immortal. 5 Void Rays that are moving across the map, and he's gonna kind of pull back, regroup his units, wait for the stasis ward to calm down. So that way he has the lead. He has one Diet Monster has 1 disruptor, but disruptors do not shoot in the air. But if he can maybe take down all the ground forces with that disruptor, seeing as how most of these units from Ice will get one shot by it, that he will have the stalkers able to clean up the Void Rays and try and catch him whenever he's not paying attention. Oh, pretty decent shot, but not enough. If he was a little bit more forward, he could have got a lot more of those units.
Yeah, but definitely wearing down that 1 Immortal, very, very good thing.
Oh,
and now
overcharge on the pylon. He doesn't take out the pylon, so the pylon's just sitting here taking free shots. Is he going to focus fire on? No, just going to sit there and hit the Adepts. Blink Stalker is blinking back. This is kind of... He has 2 Immortal and 2 Void Rays. I don't think that's going to be enough. Pretty sure this base is going to go down. So Diet Monster's economy is really in some danger right now. That's going to set him vastly behind. Immortal comes up. You're going to get that surround. Going to kill 1 Immortal. Is he going to get the second one? Looks like he could. He could, but not for a price. He's going to have to pay a bit for it. Looks like...
Down pushes the 2 Void Rays back. The army count, though, 45 to 14 in Ice's favor. He had just rallied, and it looks like he's going to do that. He's going to rally all his forces in the middle, make another push with an additional 4 Void Rays. It's going to be a count of 6 Void Rays, which is just, there's not enough stalkers on the field right now because Diet Monster, just puts down a whole bunch of Adepts. And against Stalker and Void Ray, it's not looking too good.
Diet Monster has 1 Void Ray of his own, but versus 5, actually 6, sorry. This is not looking like it's too good. GG comes out for Diet Monster.
Game is called. So, it was a good start for Diet Monster, but I stuck with the same, strategies last time, made those Void Ray, and it paid off for them, So now they pull ahead 2-1. Team couldn't said.
Yeah, that's pretty good build coming out for Ice there. I like the Void Ray, so it was a good choice rather than keeping up on the Phoenix, kind of deviating from that. So
So
let's
okay,
see.
so this hopefully we're gonna switch it up now. Do you know Appetite? Yeah, are you familiar with Appetite?
I am not.
I'm gonna open up his profile right now. Look, hopefully we're gonna break. It doesn't look like we will. It looks like we're gonna go into another PvP. Oh
Okay.
no, this time. Okay, he's a Terran. Appetite
Yep.
is a Terran.
So TVP.
So it's icon. But PvP, so we are gonna actually break our PvP streak.
Thankfully. I like Protoss versus Protoss. I love mirror matchups in general. That's one of the just kind of my favorite part about StarCraft is whenever you get a good mirror matchup. But not every single game of the same matchup too. If we maybe had like a bunch of PvPs and a bunch of TVTs, then I'd be alright with that. And Overgrowth. It's like Overgrowth is gonna be the map we're gonna be playing on.
All right, Overgrowth it is, and we'll enter in there. And yeah, I'm excited now for PvP. So these are our diamond level players. We have Appetite, a diamond Terran, and we have Ice, which is he's a diamond Protoss. Appetite playing for Team Psionic Aftermath, and Ice playing for Team Confederation. The Confederation. Okay.
Everybody calls them Team Confed. Team Confederation.
Oh man. Yeah.
What? So the game's gonna start now?
Countdown has begun.
Yeah, you got some weird sounds coming out of your microphone there.
Oh, this microphone may be dying, so I'm sorry, my headset may be dying. So let me go. I'll introduce the player and then go to them.
All right. You want to go ahead and introduce first?
Okay, sure.
Psionic Aftermath. Oh. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we
Playing
go.
for Team Psionic Aftermath. We have Appetite in the bottom left corner.
And spawning in the top right hand corner, the blue Protoss. I forgot to change the scene. His name is Ice. Playing for Team Psionic Aftermath. So gateway goes down for Ice. We got gas first for Appetite. I'm gonna call him a potato from now on. He's a potato. Probe Scout. Just one gas off of one gate. Probably gonna expand out of that. Probably gonna see a Reaper into Fast Factory. Maybe get some Cyclone Reaper. Tends to be pretty popular these days. Expansion goes down for Ice here. Just gonna look for to play a more economic game. Straight into the cyber. Pretty straightforward game. Appetite's gonna be looking to take an expo as well. See that Reaper is queued up and it's gonna be coming out. Protoss Probe gonna come down here and be a little annoying. Try and get some damage on this SCV. Appetite should be moving another SCV down here to come save this guy. Here comes his buddy. Hey man, why you gotta be messing with my friends? Why you gotta be like that? But it is delaying the CC even more so.
Friends don't let friends build command centers.
Factory goes down. We have a core reactor on the barracks now. That probe gets chased away. The Reaper is going to take that out. So Reaper's now moving across the map. Gonna try to see what Ice has got going on. So he sees it expand, knows that's happening.
Yeah, so Ice gets his expansion up much earlier. Worker count even at 22 apiece. So not making so much of a difference at the moment, except in the case that Ice is able to make workers just a little bit faster.
Yeah, dude, everybody thinks that this mic is much better than your other mic. It sounds much more clear.
Okay.
Oh, Reaper goes down. Look at that gore, man. Oh, dude, all that blood. Hell yeah. Pretty standard play. Widow Mines. Probably gonna get some Widow Mine Marine drops.
Oh wow, yeah, that mic is much better. I'm glad. Glad for everybody.
Robo Bay out for Ice. He's making a Hellion there. Maybe try and get some hit with the Widow Mines, and for the ones that are wounded, maybe the Hellion can take him out. Maybe he's gonna drop in the main. I see what's happening. Alright, so Appetite looks like what he's gonna try and do is he's gonna try and drop into the main, put down the Widow Mines, try and force all his probes to get moved to the natural. And then he's gonna take those Hellions that he has, those 2 Hellions, and he's gonna run them into the natural. Because whenever the probes all meet up to that one point, he's gonna try and roast them right then.
Oh, I like that plan. We'll see. Well, he just he gets really close. He
attacks.
He's gonna draw the army out, perhaps a little bit.
Oh, he sets up the Widow Mine too in the middle, so whenever the probes go to move across, they'll get hit by that as well.
Nice. That was a really brilliant play. I like that.
No, he threw away the Hellions, got away, or they died. He just ran them into the base.
So those overcharges, he forced out all the overcharges from the Protoss player Ice. He does see that there is a dark shrine there, so he's going to be expecting that, and there it is, the DT's warping in now.
We have 3 Adepts moving across the map looking to get some damage, but he has a wall up, he has Marines out there, so I don't think there's anything that he needs to really be too worried about. Here comes the tank moving around towards the front. Siege up. I think he needs to start getting some turrets down though. He has some in the mineral lines there, but maybe one at the front and one in the production as well would be a good idea.
So that honestly did do its work. That small push by Appetite. He not only evened up the worker count, but he actually took an advantage for a while. Right now it's 43-40 in Appetite's favor, but he did have about a 7 worker lead at one point, so he forced Ice to make more workers, and on top of that now Ice, it looks like, is charging in a lot of warping in a lot of charge lots, but they were just standing right under that Liberator that was just taking out Zealots. Now it's taking out probes. 10 kills on that Liberator.
Jeez. And he's taking a third on top of it too.
Oh. That's a perfect place to put that.
Yeah, actually, on the other side of that, he could actually, where he's dropping the Marines, or where he would drop the Marines earlier, he could place a tank there as well too.
And that Liberator finally goes down, but gets 12 kills before it does.
So you get probably 5 worker kills and killed some Zealots and Stalkers, but still definitely a very efficient trade.
Very efficient. Also kept mining from that natural for a while.
He's moving his third out now, planning to take that third. We had DT warping over at his third. A bunch of Zealots as well, so he might try and go into Charge Lot Archon or something, or maybe he's just gonna keep with the DTs and just fight with those, force out scans. Getting some worker kills that were rallied
Yeah,
in the third, but
big push there after the third.
oh, he has an observer, so he's gonna see his widow mines. Oh, but they get hits off.
Wow.
Scan goes
Yeah.
down.
Oh man,
Lots
all
of
those
units
trucks.
being killed. Lots of
Yeah,
units.
definitely. And the army count is definitely in Apatot's favor right now, 52 to 35, even after the warp in.
And he has that worker. He has a worker lead as well. And on top of that, you know, Terran having the worker lead plus the mules might not be the greatest of times. Sneaks that one DT over inside the third there. Gonna force the whole army back. And gonna move in over here onto the third and just try and get a kill on it. But he's gonna cancel the orbital and he's gonna lift off. Lots of DTs in there. He's got like 5 DTs in there. Oh, blink,
wow.
blink DTs with the surround. Oh my god, shredded.
Take that out. Wow. Oh, and he leaves. He didn't need to leave there. He was up in worker count and he barely had less of a. It was 28 to 37 in the army. Definitely a good play by Ice with the blink DTs. He's been switching it up. You know, that was a beautiful choice against the Terran player.
That surround. I mean, we saw that in a what matchup was it?
Yeah, who was that?
I think it was Nation Wars. It might have been.
I wasn't
Nation
gonna
Wars.
bring it up because I couldn't remember who did it, but yeah, that was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, who was it? It wasn't a very well-known Protoss, or like not one of the big-name Protoss. He's definitely one of the better Protoss, but yeah.
Was it Stats?
What? Nah, maybe actually. That kind of. I thought it was a Korean player. Or no, yeah, Stats is Korean. I was thinking. There's a different SC2 Stats, which is NA player. I don't know why, but I don't think it was Stats. I don't remember. Either way, but I mean that full surround. I mean DTs are really strong against Marines. Like even with him having that worker lead, most of it. I mean the army lead at the end there. Most of the army that he had was just in like a couple siege tanks in the back, plus like I think he had like 6 or 7 medevacs. So it wasn't really much army supply and anything that was actually going to be able to combat the forces. So it was pretty much
Nightmare.
at that point.
Okay, so the chat is calling it out.
It was Nightmare. Okay, yeah.
Always.
That's
trust
right.
Twitch
It was
chat.
Nightmare. I remember
They're
now.
there for us.
That's okay. I see why you said here comes Nightmare. Okay, yeah, dude. I watch that kid stream occasionally. I see him stream. It's a pretty good player. So I think Newkirk is the next map. Oh, you have to accept. There you go. Newkirk, looks like Ice will be playing Wrench.
The whole Twitch chat.
So Team Confed is up 3-1 right now. See if Wrench can maybe pull us back. I mean, Ice showing that he is willing to play with all the different tools at his disposal. He's, you know, he'll throw the oracles, he'll bring the void rays, he's got the DTs.
All right, spawning now. The defending champion. What is it? Going up 4-1.
Yeah, it's 3-1 now.
3-1 for Team Confed. We have Blue Protoss Ice.
And the Green Terran, hoping to maybe break his streak. Spawning in the bottom left is Wrench. So now back to the PvPs. Single gateway from both players.
Oh, and we're back into our PvP. I didn't even notice that. It seems like, you know, Protoss is the easy race, so it makes sense that there would be so many.
En contraire, actually, Protoss is now the most difficult race. It is the most micro-intensive race because of the amount of spells.
Yeah, you know, I don't use many of the spells, but I'm a random player, and I would say Zerg is my main race, and I have the least amount of wins with them, and I have the most amount with Protoss, which is kind of interesting.
So double gateway from both players. It looks like Wrenches is a little bit faster. Not much. Not that it'll make a difference. Ice demanding he allow his probe to get to the very back to see what exactly is being built. Double Stalker here for Wrench. And double Stalker also for Ice. So mirror builds here. Mirror builds. Slight supply for Wrench and Workers, though. It's mainly because of the supply block, I believe, that Ice just experienced.
Hiding in the back there.
Your mic was cutting out.
Oh, I said I didn't see Ice's Cybs core hiding in the back there.
Oh, yeah. Wrench is going to come in, see that there is no tech down yet.
And these guys are really even right now, and they're doing a mirror build. They both have, Stargate going down now for our blue Protoss Ice. Gonna stick with his tried and true Void Ray technique, I imagine.
I was wrong about the supply block thing. It was actually just a scouting probe, I believe. Because Ice just killed Wrenches and that evened it up. So they both, yeah. But Wrench takes the lead. Wrench takes the lead on the Workers.
The Ice is looking a little bit around here. Looks like he's looking for maybe a Stargate proxy or something. But it's going to split up his Stalkers. The Stalkers are going to be caught, and his attention all the way on the other side of the map is 4 Stalkers for Wrench pushes across the field, and looks to do a little bit of harass before that Void Ray can finish. The Oracle comes first, though. It looks like an Oracle is going to go into production. So these 2 Stalkers are gonna mix right now. They're gonna just get the full hits around.
Oh my god,
Wrench's
that's huge.
Even gonna pick one off. Picks off a probe.
It's 4 Stalkers versus 2 now.
Picks off another probe. Picks off another probe. Oh man. Oh, I won't get ahead of myself there, but yeah, that's definitely a nice. Talk about, right place, right time. He got there right as those Stalkers were coming up. Picks off 3 probes at the same time.
Gonna get some damage here on the Nexus, but the Oracle's gonna be coming out. The Oracle's gonna be heading towards the natural with these 4 Stalkers. And so it looks like he's gonna try and use that as the advantage, but now he knows there's an Oracle. He's gonna maybe kill the Oracle. And
he does. He kills the Oracle, and he even gets away with 2 of them, it looks like. So, that was definitely a fair trade. Trade 2 Stalkers for a Stalker and 4 probes and an Oracle. So I definitely like that play by Wrench, who also now he's got his natural up. He's got 6 workers in his natural compared to 2 in his opponents. He's pulling ahead in worker count. They've got a fairly even army count. This is definitely looking like a good game.
Blink for Wrench. Looks like it's about to finish. We have War Prism coming out for Wrench, so he's probably going to be making a move now to push across. Maybe try and do something with the War Prism, or maybe just trying to either harass or maybe trying to actually do some damage. A couple observers flying across the map. Oracle coming over into the natural coming into Wrench's natural for Ice here. See how many workers he can get. It's 1, 2, 3. So he kind of evens up what Wrench did earlier.
Definitely, yeah, and you know the only difference I would say in this point is that Wrench got that early Oracle and was even able to maintain a higher worker count, even now 38 to 36.
Yep. Yeah. Even though he got the same amount of worker kills. Wrench was on a higher worker count for just a slightly bit longer bit of time, so that's gonna kind of give him a slight lead. So, really to really even it up, it would require more kills, but. Gonna get 3. That fear of the Oracle existing is still a thing.
And Ice pushing back that observer, and even going down to chase it, and then in the process runs into a few stalkers, sees that Wrench is at his front door, does a warp in of his own. Wrench does a warp in, and it looks like we're gonna see some action, some overcharges going down now for Ice. It looks like Wrench is gonna kite those zealots quite a bit and pick a few of them off. They're not charge loss, so. Now the blink is up, man. He's just going to pick them off, going down one by one. Overcharge goes down. For Ice. Oh, he picks off the other pylon just as it gets overcharged. Now he's going to pick off all these zealots. Definitely not... Now they are charge lots, but I would say that... these zealots were not the best investment by Ice. He definitely would have probably done better sticking with his double Stargate.
And then the kind of the idea behind the zealots are to tank for the immortal and the void ray, so the stalkers can't really do anything to him without having to eat zealot damage. Which if you let a zealot fight a stalker, the zealot's gonna win in that case. So it's a pretty good hold there by Ice.
Right, but in this case, definitely Wrench was able to micro very well, and I think he traded very nicely in that engagement.
He definitely got the 3rd down, but Ice is going to be taking his 3rd. The only thing that's kind of down here for Wrench is that he's kind of behind in the tech. Neither of them have any upgrades, but definitely Ice with the stronger unit composition due to that tech upgrade. DT's trying to go down for Wrench though, so he's gonna try and maybe come back, because when behind Dark Shrine, right?
Yeah, the Dark Shrine is nearly complete for Ice, and we'll see what comes out of there. What do you think, Archons or just Dark
Templar? He's just gonna put Dark Templar into the base and try and force the army back. He does have an observer with this army, so if he could somehow pick off that observer, it would be very beneficial for his DTs, so he could use defensive DTs. Where's the mothership core? I don't know if does Wrench have a mothership core? We have 60. There it is. There's the mothership core. Gonna overcharge those pylons on the natural. DTs are gonna come in from behind. He looks like he has about 5 or 6 DTs they warped in. They're on that immortal right now.
Yeah, but the observer is right there, and
the DT.
Like they're gonna start working on the DTs. DTs do finish the work. That's good for them. But those
Voiders are still there.
I don't know if that was the best idea, was to warp in the Archons right in front of those Void Rays, but they're gonna fall back. There's
zealots just sitting here in the natural for Wrench, and Wrench's natural just killed 22 workers.
Oh wow, 22 workers going down, swinging the worker lead into Ice's favor, 43 to 34. So yeah, good engagement there by Ice, and he's definitely putting in his work today for his team.
So Wrench sees the 3rd with the observer. Some more gateways going down here for Ice. Ice still making the immortal and the Void Rays here.
So Wrench pushing in now on that 3rd just as he finishes 1-1. But the army is going to be there to meet him, it looks like.
A few zealots are going to be put into the 3rd here into Ice's 3rd, going to try and get some worker kills.
Oh, just as it looks like just as they get their charge, the probes all run away. But he does pull that whole army up there, and basically, I don't know. I would say 5 workers for that many zealots may not have been worth it, but he did force all of those probes to run away for a moment. And now we've got a much larger army, and a much higher tech army for ice at this point. Those Void Ray, Archon, Immortal, and on the other side of the map we've got Zealots, DTs, Stalkers, and Archons.
Yeah, definitely a much stronger army here for ice,
And
we're
it's
gonna see
pushing
him,
up.
yeah, we're gonna see him push across the map, and he's gonna have to take. I mean, Wrench is gonna have to be very careful about the engagement that he takes. I don't know if he's gonna actually be able to even win with it, but because ice has the detection. If he somehow be able to get that detection, he has 2 observers though. He's ready. He's ready in case he tries to snipe one. There's a second one there. But we have these observers flying in from the. That's a zealot. But we have observers that are flying in from the back. We have a 4th here from ice and a 4th actually from Wrench. I think that ice is much more comfortable with the 4th. I don't think Wrench really has the ability to defend the 4th, but he's doing it just to try and somehow keep up and stay in the game, and hopefully that he can make the army that's necessary to beat this.
So for some reason, Ice didn't push in, and he's definitely still got an advantage here. But he's not. Well, now he's going back towards the middle, so he's kind of just waffling back and forth at this point. And I don't know if he's going to actually go for it, but looks like he may wait in the middle again. Now he's going to push forward onto Wrench's side of the map, and Wrench really doesn't have enough to hold this off. I don't
Does
think.
he have Storm? I don't think he has Storm. No, he doesn't have Storm. He's just using High Templar for the Archons, I guess. There they are. Yeah, he's been making them into Archons. So yeah, pretty passive. I mean, Ice really has the lead, and he's, I don't know, by doing this, he's almost giving him an opportunity to kind of come back into it. He stopped making Stalkers, so that's good. He's making a bunch of Archons, but he doesn't really have anything that's going to be able to combat the Void Rays that well. And the Archons are just going to shred the Zealots, so I don't know. I don't think that his army composition is going to be strong enough. I think overall the Immortals and the Void Rays are really what's going to bring this to a win. So they're just going to walk past each other. Or maybe not. No. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's a really bad place to fight with the Void Rays having that upper ground over those buildings and not being able to actually hit them. He's a fight more out in the open.
Right, yeah.
But the Void Rays already got too much damage.
Already Wrench is getting pushed back, and he didn't have. It wasn't too even of a worker count, but now as he's retreating, the worker count is even. I'm sorry, the army count is falling and falling for Wrench. Just doesn't look good for him. Those Void Rays are able to just put in so much work, pop in those Archons. And the army count dwindling down to 16 to 90, so good game I expect will be called any moment.
And there we have it. GG from Wrench.
Well, congratulations then to Team Confederation picking up 4 games in a row, coming back after the victory by, what's his name, Sky.
Yeah, Sky Hero really was the hero for Psionic Aftermath this game.
So far, Sky Hero has been the hero.
So Void Runner is coming up to bat for Psionic Aftermath now. And I heard someone in the chat earlier say that Void Runner is Psionic Aftermath's innovation. So we'll see if he can maybe get a reverse all kill.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for right now, and we're definitely feeling like it's a possibility right now.
So Daybreak, Habitation, Station are the maps that are left. Whirlwind as well. Oh wait, I guess not Whirlwind. Daybreak and Habitation. Habitation Station. All right, finally.
Alright,
The decision was made. It's back and forth. It's, oh, you go ahead and choose. It's up to you. No, you choose. Oh, all right. So here we
We're
go.
going to the game.
So it should be interesting to see what Ice is going to bring to the table here. So now we got the Masters. We got the Masters players stepping in.
So how does this work in an all-kill format? I thought it was only 7 maps.
Is it? Oh, then it's just gonna play. They're just gonna play until then. Then whoever's the
Well,
most
I'm not
points.
sure.
So I thought that's what I thought it was just gonna play until the entire team.
Until they all kill. No, okay, that makes sense. What is the format? Someone on Twitch.
I think that's pro. I think that's Pro League.
Pro League. Okay.
Yeah, that's where they play best of 7, I believe.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I don't remember. I don't know.
All right. Spawning in the top right. Defending champion, winning 4 games in a row for his team. Can he do it again? For Confederation, we have Blue Protoss.
Oh no, all kill is usually the first to get 4. But yeah, okay, sorry about that. Anyway, you're saying reintroduce.
Oh, okay. Spawning in the top right, we have winning 4 games in a row, Blue Protoss for Team Confed Ice.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, the Red Terran playing for Team Psionic Aftermath. It is Void Runner. So quick expand there coming out for Ice. Actually, Nexus first. We have a gas first for Void Runner here. And it's probably looking to be a little annoying attacking that worker, making that barracks.
That's funny. Someone on the stream says that Strix is season 5 master. He thinks, and I'm just learning right now that this is an all-kill best of 9.
Oh yeah.
So this is the best of 9. So this is a game point for Ice if he can finish it off. It seems.
Expand coming out for Void Runner. Second gas as well. We have a second gas for our Protoss player with a double gateway.
And over there we got Void Runner. He's gonna put down an early factory. Just go straight from barracks into factory. He's got his gas is fully saturated. 11 workers mining. On the other side of the map, we've got 14 workers mining with the fully saturated gases, and it looks like Ice has his first probe come out. It looks like it's going to get picked off by this Reaper.
Hey,
And the Reaper is just going to run back, probably to the middle.
well, Ice made the Zealot. I don't think that was. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it was intentional either. I definitely, maybe it was just to ward off the Reaper.
A lot of the time, like you'll start the Zealot just in case there's cheese or something, but then generally you'll cancel it once your cybernetics core finishes, and then you'll continue building. But I think he was so distracted dealing with that Reaper trying to micro that probe that he forgot to stop the Zealot, and it finished. Which, I mean, isn't really too bad of a thing, but I mean, at the same time, like, obviously that 100 minerals, if you don't need it there, you can put it somewhere else, so. He's gonna send that Zealot straight across the map, gonna go to the natural. Let's see if we can get some worker
Yeah, that
kills.
Zealot, man, that Zealot just walked right into that mineral line, completely uncontested. Doesn't get anything at the moment, but here come a couple
there's
Marines.
one.
Oh, picked off one.
This is
Looks
gonna
like
be
he'll pick
two.
off two. So 2 workers for a Zealot, not a bad trade, and he gets over there and disrupts the mining for just a short moment.
That Zealot is now 100% worth it. Twilight Council charge starts, and we have a Stargate for the Protoss.
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna mute.
So we have Void Runner here making tanks. He's going to be going for a Marine tank. He has a Liberator coming out, so I think he's probably going to do a Marine tank Liberator push just at the front, try and force Ice out of his natural, and force him to go back to the main. Because, I mean, once he puts this Liberator up, nothing's going to be able to push into it, and those tanks are going to be able to take down the pylons, stopping the Mothership Core from being able to prevent the push. He's going to scout up with the Reaper, see that the Adepts are here, that there's only 2 Adepts, and he sees the pylons there. So now he's going to set up this tank and kind of get ready to get put into position. He does need to get the high ground vision, which will be provided from the Liberator once that makes its way across the map. Should be here any moment. A few Marines poking up, going to allow this tank. Going to have to fall back. Here comes the Liberator being put at the high ground. Going to maybe see if force out another overcharge on the second pylon. Adepts actually shade in. He does not cancel it. Going to lose the 2 Adepts. Here he comes putting the Liberation Zone down. Zealots push through though. The Zealots walk through the Liberation Zone, making this Liberator completely useless. It feels as though he needs to just take it out and take out that Phoenix. He's going to push up these units, kind of set up Liberation Zone to make any unit that comes down from the main have to walk all the way around or die like that. And takes the probe damage, and this is not looking too promising for our Protoss player. He has a couple of Phoenix, but Phoenix versus Marines and Cyclone, not that great of a combination. This pylon does finish, but he doesn't have energy for the overcharge. I believe it's almost there, about 17, 16 more seconds. But in that amount of time, it's just going to go ahead and die. Liberator comes in, fighting these, fighting the Phoenix. More Zealots come in on the Cyclone, but Marines are going to take down these Zealots. And we have Void Runner over here taking the third while all this is going down. It's just going to leave Ice in a really bad position. I don't think he's going to be able to defend this without taking a lot of damage. He still has this tank on the low ground that's been firing at this his natural the entire time. Just rallying units, Marines and tanks. Here comes more Zealots flooding in. It looks like it's going to finally get cleaned up now, but not without a lot of loss. He lost a lot of workers. I mean, what's that? 14 workers lost. A lot of damage there on the Nexus. Army's traded out pretty well. I mean, he needs to pull these back. I don't think this is this is a good thing to have now, but you know, he's gonna get this wall up, kind of get ready to make sure that, you know, all he has to really do is defend, getting the turrets in the middle lines, getting ready to protect from the Phoenix themselves. Yeah, just gonna kind of sit back. He has the advantage now. He put a lot of hurt in the Protoss, and he's gonna force this to kind of snowball in his favor unless the Protoss can come over here and get some damage done. We see the Phoenix are going to fly in, so he knows that the Protoss is kind of out on the map. Put down some turrets there at the front. Probably should get a turret here down at the third. But just gonna kind of siege up and get ready. This Protoss is kind of at a point right now where he needs to do some work. He's about 23 workers behind. I don't know if this is going to be a thing though. These turrets are going to be able to hold back the Phoenix. The tanks are going to be able the tanks and the walls are going to be able to stop the Zealots. And he's going to sit comfortably at this third base and just kind of now get his worker count up, take the lead. More and more units pouring out for the Protoss, kind of getting across the map. The Protoss aims for this gold here, so maybe they're gonna try and bounce back into the game, taking the gold to get the quicker resources coming in. I mean, it'll kind of benefit for that, but at the same token, he'll have to take a quick fourth to make it really worth it to bring himself truly back in the game, because that gold's gonna mine out a lot quicker than the third. So he's gonna use the gold to kind of get onto an even economy with Void Runner to kind of make everything even for that split second that'll allow him to take that fourth and then really bring him back into an even game. He sets the Phoenix up here, gonna be ready for any drops since he knows that bio is a thing, and if you play bio, you love drops.
Definitely, and man, Void Runner, he's just pulling ahead 64 to 40 in the worker count, 59 to 42 in the army. He's happy just sitting in his base right now. He's got a very good saturation. It's not a perfect saturation, but it's pretty close, and he's actually doing what a strategy I love to do is to saturate your outside bases before you saturate your inside. That way, if you're pushed back into your main or your natural later in the game, you still have minerals, you know, and you're not starved out too early.
Ice is getting high Templar though. That's really strong against the bio, and that can easily wipe out the forces. But the tanks are really strong, so I don't know. The Zealots would be really good about getting up on the tanks. Phoenix good at picking up tanks. So he kind of has this army that can really kind of do some damage, but he's going to have to be very precise in how he controls it, because if he miscontrols it, Void Runner is in such a lead that it's much more on the Ice Runner to engage here. Storm's coming out,
right there,
shredding through those Marines, but all those tanks.
Those were just some amazing storms there, almost evening up the supply.
At the same time though, like now what's he got? He has nothing. He lost all those units. Void Runner has 3 bases. Ice kind of has that gold running up, but I mean he's not going to have the production that Void Runner has.
Yeah, he's going to have a gold base with this Liberator, and then he may even be able to get in there and do some damage to it before.
Yeah, Void Runner knows that he has that gold. He saw that whenever he took the Zelnaga there. So we have Ghost for the EMP. The EMP on those High Templar just completely eliminated all the energy. GG Archons.
Oh man, and those Liberators picked off the High Templar before the High Templar could do anything. So now those Marines are going to get in there. It's going to pick off this pylon. I'd like to see them get in there and pick off all those probes before they get taken out. But actually going to bait those Zealots right into those tanks and Ghosts. This is definitely I'm really liking this play by Void Runner to just sit those tanks there, shredding that gold mineral line, taking the gold base for himself on the other side of the map. Definitely beautiful play by Void Runner.
So now Void Runner's taking the gold, and this is one thing about the gold is that the earlier you take it, if you and your opponent are going to take golds and you take yours earlier than him, it's not good for you. You want to preserve that gold for as long as you can and try to avoid taking it. These ghosts are going to stealth in here. They're going to come in, and are they going to get EMPs? Oh, there's one.
Wow. I like that. That's good.
There's 2.
Oh,
snipes the High Templar.
Yeah, this is definitely good. I like this sneaky micro ghost play by Void Runner. And then Ice is saying, "Oh, I've had enough of your games. I'm going to charge in at you," and catches all the tanks unsieged. The tanks are in the Marine. The Bio Marauder is going to go ahead and get in there, finish it off. GG. Void Runner is able to reverse the fate of Psionic Aftermath. coming up now 2-4, and we'll see what the next match has in store.
Yeah, definitely able to bring it back there. I mean, he had a really good start. Just kind of snowballed for him and just made sure that he stayed in the lead the whole time. Destroyed a lot of Ice's economy, held him off that second base, and whenever he tried to push through, he was just ready for it and said, I'm ahead. Now you have to do something, and Ice just couldn't do anything. And eventually that got to the point where Void Runner was able to take advantage of that and just push across the map and end it. Ice definitely put in a good fight, though. I mean, he definitely did work for his team. He put his team in such a great position to be able to take the series. But we don't know yet. We got some more games coming up. Void Runner is still going to be in it for Psionic Aftermath, and hopefully he can get that reverse all kill. He's got 4 more games to win. So the next map is going to be Daybreak.
I'm not playing. Why did they have me in there?
We could probably work something out.
Yeah.
We'll see if Void Runner will step aside for you. So it looks like he's going to be playing Yen Fu. It was a Protoss. So it'll be another TVP.
So is there a master? There is a master player then for Team Confederation?
Yeah, we just haven't got to him because Ice has been winning.
Amazing. So another TVP coming up. Yen Fu is apparently another Protoss, so everybody's playing Protoss tonight.
Yeah, lots of Protoss players. Few Terran. I think we had that. Oh no, that was the in-house match that we had the Zerg vs Zerg. Other than that, everything else, yeah. Oh yeah, 3 more because we Sky Hero 1-1. That's right.
Okay, so spawning in the bottom left, our red Terran for Team Psionic Aftermath. We have Void Runner.
And spawning in the top right hand corner, the pink Protoss playing for Team Confed. It is Yen Fu. So we have the gateway coming out, another single gas, and it looks like he's gonna go scout with it. Yeah, he's gonna go scout. Probably see a 1 gate expand out of this. Probably end up with a macro game. No SCB scout for Void Runner, so we could probably expect a Reaper from Void Runner. Yen Fu sets up the natural, so gateway expand. Cybernetics is about to go down. Reaper coming out for Void Runner, going to be trying to take the expand off that Reaper fast expand. Comes down for Yen Fu. Still only a single gas here for Void Runner. Probably going to be going for that double medevac sim marine timing. Reaper scouting around, looking around for proxies, looking for proxy stargates. You know, tournament matches on, or clan war matches on the line here.
Yeah, man.
So everything
This is
everything
for
matters.
all the marbles right here. We've got Void Runner. He's the last wall for Team Psionic Aftermath. He is holding it down, tearing up Ice, who was up 4 matches, and now going against another Diamond player in Yenfu, who is going for his Warp Gate technology, spawning in an Adept. No probes to pick off. One is going to pop out right now, and here, that's perfect. Void Runner every time he just gets in there right away, but now he's going to get chased off by this Adept.
Yep. Just gonna get maybe a couple of hits off, not just one, but he's definitely not gonna get the kill. Stargate goes down for Yenfu. Void Runner doesn't see the Stargate because he wasn't able to get the Reaper inside. Still run around, look for more proxies.
28 workers, 24 for our pink Protoss Yenfu.
So yeah, there's the stim started up. He's going to start his core reactor started onto the factory to lift off whenever he puts the starport over. Oracle starts coming out for Yenfu. He has that rallied. Where does he have that rally to? Just right outside the outside the main. So it looks like he's going to try and get some SCB kills in the main there. Robo Bay goes down for Yenfu as well. There goes the switch off there from the starboard. Oracle's flying across the map now, heading towards the Terran player. The Observer comes out, so the Observer is going to be heading out as well. No Widow Mines or anything like that, so it's not really too necessary. It'd be good to have off to the side, onto the left side of his main, so you can see for any drops coming in, like the 2 medevacs. We have the Oracle over here, 4 kills so far. We're gonna get a 5th one. You get number 6, number 7, and now he's gonna be chased away.
So we've got 7 workers down from this Oracle right here from Void Runner.
Killing some Marines too.
Man, so right now the worker count is actually 44 to 29 after losing 7 workers, and it looks like Void Runner is going to have to get some aggression of his own happening here really soon.
Oh, it's coming out. He's got his double medevac stim drop coming. He threw a Widow Mine in there because the Oracle was able to take out a couple of those Marines, so he's going to be short some units. And he said, "You know what? I'm just going to throw a Widow Mine in here. We got empty slots. We'll fill it up."
And the stim pack is going to finish right in time. It's done right now, and he's just about over to that side of the map. He's going to boost over, see that there's nothing over here, no crazy expansions, but he's going to unload. It looks like he's just going to push right up in the front.
Yenfu has that Observer over there. I think he might have seen slightly. Nope. Oh, careful not to hit that stasis. There we go. Kills the stasis.
Takes out the sword. Takes out all these Adepts. Takes out the Stalker. There's just so much DPS in these Marines right here.
Yep.
And the Mothership Core takes forever to get back over to the other side. And that whole army just was evaporated by these Marines. Definitely a wonderful trade by Void Runner.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's gonna start marching these units across the map as well. He realizes that the advantage that he has and the opening that he has, and he's gonna try and make sure that he stays on top of it and keeps Yenfu on his toes, not being able to expand or take any more tech. He's gonna have to put all his money into the
stop mining. That's
units.
huge. That's good. So he's got 26 probes in his natural right here.
Oh, there's a Colossi, but the Liberator's on the map now.
Oh, beautiful hit by that.
Oh my god, it hit
most of that army, and now it's just down to a Stalker and a Colossus.
He got to the 2 Stalkers that were warping in.
And here we go. This Liberator's going to go down and force all of these working probes back. It's going to take out 6 of them in the it's going to take out 4 of them and add its kill total to 6. And that man, that that pylon is just like out of but then that liberator is gonna siege up right inside there. But it's just at the spot where it was just almost not hitting anything. So now it's gonna get taken down. Now he's gonna come up and start taking out.
Now the Colossi comes out with the Oracle though. The 2 units that are very strong against Marines here. He's gonna pick up and bounce out. I mean that took so far he's done a lot of damage though. He's killed a Colossi. I mean he killed a Colossi and a lot of units.
The worker count is 30 to 18, and Void Runner has managed to come back in his workers of his own 42 to 45, and of course he does have two orbital commands and is able to support his economy with mules.
He has a 3rd CC that he's making into an orbital that he's probably gonna fly off in a minute here. Oh, five more worker kills, and that Widow Mine is just chilling over there now. That Widow Mine has 8 kills on it so far. And he's not making an observer. Oh, no, there he goes. He got it. Third goes down for Yenfu. So it looks like, yeah, he put down 3 of his barracks that he has down have tech labs on him. So he looks like he's going to go into heavy Marauder production, which is a good call, seeing what units he has, mainly the Stalkers and the Colossi. It'll be able to tank a lot of damage with those Marauders and just be able to mow over the Protoss.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this play so far by Void Runner. He's gonna go ahead and load up his medevacs in the middle of the map. It looks like he's gonna go for a main base drop with 2 of them, and he's sending 1 down to that 3rd. It looks like he's gonna try and either just harass, pick off as many probes as he can, or just split that army, because he's got those Yenfu's got those Colossus, which are not very fast, and if Void Runner is able to pull some good action.
Here comes the army pulling down to his 3rd because of this drop, and it goes all the way down there, and then he has a drop in the main. He doesn't even split his forces. He managed to save half the Marines, but 12 workers go down, and he has 2 medevacs in his main. Then start picking off pylons and going for tech here. Now it looks like just pylons. Gonna get another Colossi.
Grab that Colossus, nice pick off. And now it's time to pick up and bounce out. Beautiful play by Void Runner. Was able to split. He didn't even have to split the army of Yenfu. He just got Yenfu's entire army to march down to protect that 3rd base, and got all the workers. Is able to pull ahead in the worker count now, 48 to 37.
They still do more damage at the 3rd. He dropped again. And he's killing more workers. He's pulling out.
Amazing. Yeah, this is definitely a winning position for Void Runner if he can manage to just hold on. It looks like he's kind of got Yenfu up on the ropes. It's not over yet, but the pressure is definitely there, and Yenfu is not able to make an offensive push of his own since the beginning.
Here comes the jump into the main again. He's gonna, looks like, maybe go for the robotics facility. He's definitely gonna be able to pick off this mothership core.
Wow, and there goes that attack in the main base, just picking up all these. He's going straight for the pylon, it looks like.
Yep, just gonna try to slow down the production more so.
Yeah, that was definitely it.
He split his army this time, so he only moved some to the main, and then he kept some at the 3rd. That way, if he dropped down there again, he wasn't gonna be able to do anything. Through all this, though, Yenfu is now supply blocked.
But we do have some stasis sword done, so that's something to be wary of.
Yeah, but if he really wants to, I mean, all he really has to do is drop off in the main there. He has a nice big open main, and he can drop off and pick off a lot of the tech and a lot of the gateways. Looks like he's just going to split off the army, so he's going to move these in, try and get some kills here.
Sneaky picks off, it comes in right as the pylon comes back up and charges this up and says, no more Colossus for you. We're going to pick off your Adepts, we're going to pick off your Stalkers.
Oh, the Vikings got a really sick position on this Colossi, and were able to pick off a few as they moved up to the main to try and defend. Meanwhile, he's still pushing down at the 3rd with more forces. He destroys the 3rd Nexus. Gets stuck. Some units get stuck in the stasis ward there, but he's going to keep fighting this. Do a lot
yeah, and he's definitely got more than enough to take care of these Stalkers and Adepts, but here come the Colossus now, and the Colossus are definitely going to push the party back.
I feel like he could use that dead airspace to the north of the Colossi with his Vikings and probably kill both those Colossi.
Definitely. No, he's. I think Void Runner is being just a little bit cautious with that Viking count,
Yep.
but
Here we
he's
go.
also building it up. He's trying to maintain a large Viking count, so that way for this main
And there's the GG.
engagement where the GG is called, he just has all those Vikings ready, and he definitely played that game really well.
Yeah. So now it's 4-3. Void Runner just has to get 2 more, and then he can grab the win. Pretty good game though. That was a really good one. Lots of damage back and forth. I believe it's now going to be Masters players from Team Confed though. So he's been playing. He played a couple Diamond players just there and was able to beat them in some pretty decent matchups. We'll see what Team Confed's Master players have to offer. I'm sure they'll put up an even better fight, and these will be some really close games. But I think Void Runner could pull it off. He definitely has an opportunity. Just waiting to see what map is going to be coming up and who's going to be playing as Void Runner. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a water.
Sure.
It's the last diamond. We got the last diamond. MCMX.
All
Then
right.
we got Masters players. Then we got a Master players.
Yeah, and that wasn't a bad game by Yenfu. I would say that Yenfu was definitely keeping up most of the game, but it was just really the superior handling of the units by Void Runner that ended that game.
Yeah, dropping in multiple locations, pulling the units back and forth, not splitting his army properly to defend both locations adequately was really the downfall. It allowed him to get so much damage in. I mean, that early push in the beginning was huge. Like, that got so much done. But overall, I think it was more so the drops in the different locations, the inability to split. I think if he had split his army, was able to defend then his Void's army wouldn't be as big as it was towards the end, and he probably would have had a lot more units, given the fact that he had so much Colossi, and he just randomly lost like 3 or 4 of them in just terrible locations. Like, it was just overall some really good control and good drop placement from Void. Looks like.
All right, so our last matchup.
No, not the last one.
Diamond. I'm sorry,
Oh,
our last Diamond player
okay,
is
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
a Zerg for Team Confederation.
I was like, no, we got like at least 2 more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've got 2 more. Absolutely. No,
well,
but our last
if
Diamond
Void
player
wins,
for
if Void
Confederation.
loses though, then it's over. So we have at least 1 more, but possibly 2 more.
Let's not delve into silly hypotheticals, though.
Don't worry, I don't think that's gonna happen. We'll see though. Void Runner seems like he's pretty confident. He's running pretty clean, but this is a different matchup. He's mainly been playing Protoss, and now it's Zerg, so we don't know how he's gonna fare in this matchup. And who knows? He might get caught off guard. MCMX just might pull out some cheese or something like that, and just kind of get in Void Runner's face unexpectedly and kind of catch him off guard. We're going to be
When I look
loading
at this
into
icon that
Newkirk.
Void Runner has, which this Marine with his glasses on,
That's
I
Thor.
see a
That's Thor.
confident player.
That's
I
it.
see a player who just feels like he can do literally anything. And that player that I'm talking about, of course, is spawning in the bottom left. His name, the Blue Terran from Team Psionic Aftermath, is Void Runner.
And his opponent trying to come in for the last points, trying to get the win, trying to stop Void Runner's little Safety wall for for Psionic Aftermath is the purple Zerg MCMX. So gas first for Void Runner. He's probably, I could see some a fast factory going into some Hellion Banshee is a possibility. He's not worker scouting, so he'd probably go into Reaper first, into
and
expansion to Hellion Banshee maybe.
and we see that probe or that drone is out there, and he's gonna put down a second hatchery. It looks like. There it goes.
Barracks finishing. Let's see what we got. Is it a Reaper? Nope. Going straight to the core reactor. But he almost has enough to get that quick factory. So I think he's just gonna put the factory onto the Hellion. There's the Expo. Gonna take the high ground. Probably since he's not scouting, he's gonna take the high ground and hope that there's no cheese, and that way it's just gonna make it a little bit safer for him just to be secure and take these natural. Down, so actually we're gonna go into that 2 medevac stim marine timing again. This is pretty standard stuff right here.
So here come the Zerglings across the map, just a pair. We're gonna scout and see that second is not up yet, but that second base is being built inside the main base of Void Runner. And he's going to turn it immediately into an orbital. So he's going to have 2 orbitals off the bat, which is going to be nice as an economic advantage. And the Roach Warren goes down now for MCMX.
Alright, so MCMX did see the expansion, the CC on the high ground from Void Runner. So he knows that he's pretty safe. He's going to continue to drone up there.
How did he see it? He ran up and saw it when he ran up the ramp?
Yeah, when the Lynx got up the ramp, they saw it.
Okay. So MCMX spawning some drones, and then they're getting sent into the main, and then he's going to send some from the main back out. His main is oversaturated, and his natural now is fully saturated with no gases. And the Spore Crawler going down in both bases. It looks like he's preparing himself for some kind of air drop or Banshee play or something like that.
Yeah. I think he knows that the marine drop is coming. That's why he has a Spore Crawler more to the left side in his main, rather than a mineral line where you'd be preparing for a Banshee or something. And he's getting the roaches. Roaches are pretty good defense for this. They're pretty
Definitely.
tanky. So
in this map, there's definitely like plenty of spaces up in the top of the base where you can just avoid that Spore Crawler completely and get a lot of damage in with the drop anyway. So I don't know how I really feel about the
initial drop will probably land more towards where that Spore Crawler is. That's they want to people tend to want to drop it like right next to the mineral line. It allows you to start getting damage done as soon as things start dropping. So it'll probably move there, and then if anything, he'll see it pull back and then maybe go towards the top corner. He might also just fly it across, land outside. Like, since it's such an expected thing, sometimes people try not to even do anything with it. They'll use it more as a way to deny creep or that sort of thing, maybe get overlords off the map.
I like Void Runner's strategy. He fills up his medevacs full, and then he unloads them, and then just comes right in the front, knowing that people probably expect some kind of drop play from him. He's going to go ahead and come down here take out roaches. He's just got way too many Marines for that number of roaches. But here come more roaches in the fray. So it is probably going to force him to pick up, and then just right here in the spot. This is the perfect place. That's what I was talking about. And now that Spore Crawler is just useless. You know, it just took up some extra time and resources in the beginning. And now, you know, he's going to pick up and then just play back and forth. And then, you know, probably pick off this queen, get a little bit more damage, then pick off these 2 roaches, force the split on the roaches from MCMXR. And so, yeah, this is definitely a great play. Nice by Void Runner, keeping that third from being used for as long as possible. Picking up a few roaches, trading really on the army. But ultimately, you know, just harassing and keeping the APM in use in places where MCMX would probably rather spend it somewhere else.
Some roaches moving across the map, just clearing out creep. Brought another medevac worth of units over to help reinforce what's already there. MCMX is going to go ahead and be supply block now.
Oh, and so yeah, we're being thanked for casting in the Twitch chat. So I just want to recognize that and say, of course, it's a pleasure to be casting tonight, and this is in fact a best of 9. The score is 3-4 in favor of Confed. Void Runner is our current Gauntlet champion, winning the last 2 matches.
Roche is pushing up towards the front right now, but these tanks are going to tell him, nope, you can't come.
Yeah, plenty of tanks there to keep those roaches at bay. And that roach army is doing a good job at just zoning out those Marines. But those Marines are going to come and pick off this expansion, force the cancel, so that at least MCMX got the cancel on that. But he's just coming out here, picking off all this creep, just generally being a nuisance, harassing, getting anything that he can get for free.
Double Evo chamber and a Baneling nest going down.
So big push coming out now here from Void Runner. He's moving across with a tank and a bunch of Marines. There's 3 Marines still in that medevac. I don't know if that's an accident or if he means to hold those in there, but oh, and on the opposite side, just missing him is MCMX moving across the map, running right into this tank. I don't know why he didn't pick that tank off in the middle of the map. Probably because he saw this tank sieging up and knew he needed to come in here and do something. But those roaches are going to get softened up by this tank. Double siege tank. They're going to all just morph into Ravagers.
Oh, that's a really bad place for them to be morphing into Ravagers there.
Oh,
Marines
absolutely.
Are just
I don't like to see this. That base is going to get taken down. Let's see if he even gets some bios off. No, the bios finally come off, but it's too late to save this base, and he's being kept really successfully on these 2 bases. MCMXs picking off more creep. Void Runner goes ahead and lays down his siege tanks, forces the Roach and Ravager army back. And you know, I really like this 2 base play right now. We've got a 3rd CC, a 3rd orbital down for Void Runner on 2 fully saturated bases. He's just got the perfect economy to match this aggression. He's able to keep the aggression on, and he's not losing his units. I mean, he's losing some of them, he's trading some of them, but for the most part, he's getting the damage done that he needs to get done, and he's not losing his entire army. He's keeping them alive in those medevacs, and he's able to move them around. He's able to push in the front and then back off right when that army goes to chase off his drops. Picking off all the creep now, so now there's no more creep outside of MCMX's base. Dancing around this hatchery, Void Runner almost picks it off, picks up, decides that maybe he's going to come back in the main now with these other medevacs. Pick off the rest of these drones, start working on this, pick off these roaches that are popping out that are completely disorganized.
Yeah, the economy is just too wrecked at this point.
Oh yeah, no. It's funny because it's even worker count right now. It was 43 to 43, but you would just never guess that MCMX, is in this game because he's just dancing around his own base, just losing things here and there, and his army as a Zerg is 65 to the Terrans 89, 90, and I don't know if that's really where he wants to be. Taking out that main, now he's literally like his main now is his natural.
And GG's called.
Yeah, GG is called.
And now we make it to the final match.
I definitely. I'm not a Terran player, but when I see that, I get my Terran chills. I love seeing that wonderful drop play, and just taking out Zerg creep always feels good. So just forcing that Zerg back into his base and not allowing him to build anything he wanted to build.
Yeah, definitely. Multiple drops in multiple locations are always really annoying to play against. That's the style I like. I love Pult. Pult is probably like my biggest hero whenever it comes to that. That's definitely something Pult's well known for, dropping in multiple locations. The Nexus sniper,
Wow.
It just speaks for itself, and it makes for fun games to watch. It's really exciting to watch, and even if it gets held, like, you still end up with a good game.
All right, Apocalyptic. We are at 4-4. We are now at the match point. No matter what happens in this next game, we're gonna have a clan war champion.
Yep. Last game, Master versus Master.
And hopefully the Master for Team Confed has been studying these streams and getting ready for the Master that is Void Runner.
Yep. And hopefully Void Runner will have maybe something a little bit different, maybe a little special build for this situation. Is kind of what he's been doing is kind of a very generic, very usual thing that Terrans do. The double medevac stim drop is extremely common. Most people know it's going to happen without ever even having to look at your base. I mean, if you're Zerg and you're playing versus Terran, you can just expect that it's going to come your way, and you need to get ready for that. But with this person being a Masters player, opposed to the other players being Diamond, they might have a little bit more better of a game sense in how to react towards that. So we might see a better defense out of Shifunis, I don't know. See if he's able to respond better. Actually, it looks like maybe TVT, I guess. TVP, okay, yeah, and so another TVP. So we'll probably maybe see that double medevac stim timing again out of Void Runner. I know he likes that. I mean, it's just shown in his past games that that's something that he enjoys doing. So we'll probably see that again out of him, unless he feels as though he needs to do something different because of the quality of the current player.
All right, the game countdown has started. We are going into our last game. 4-4. The reverse all kill has been initiated by Void Runner. Let's see if he can finish it off.
Load it up. Oh.
You want to take it off first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. All right. Currently 4-4 in the final match of the clan war of Psionic Aftermath versus Team Confederation. Spawning in the top right hand corner of the map Whirlwind, it is the pink Protoss, Shifunus.
And commencing his reverse all kill, coming in 3-1 and now tying everything up at 3-3. We have playing for Team Psionic Aftermath in the bottom right corner, the Blue Terran, the Void Runner.
So the probe is going to be headed. It looks like it's going to be going towards the top. Actually, no, cross map. Looks like it's going to be heading towards the cross map spawns to see if the Terran's over there. But he's going to come to a surprise that, however, he is not. I think that's probably the biggest thing. Like we were talking earlier, there's a Whirlwind being played, and it was I think it was it was a PvP, and they were both top spawns, and it's kind of like one of the Protoss started scouting to the side, and the other Protoss just went straight for the cross spawn. It's almost like if the Terran spawns at the top left or the bottom right in comparison to the Protoss location, that'll pretty much equate to the same type of matchup, as opposed to if it was a cross spawn, you'd probably get a much more macro orientated build out of him. But now that he knows that he's going to be going towards the top, and sadly the Terran's not there either. But he does take the fast Nexus, so it's all right. It's a 4-base map. The Terran hasn't scouted him either, and so you should feel safe taking that expansion, especially seeing as though the Terran takes his. The Reaper's going to come out for the Terran in just a few seconds.
I'm definitely interested in why Void Runner may have chosen. Maybe it was because he was facing his Zerg, but he chose this time to just come out and build his command center right there in the natural. And I think that's probably what it was, is he was facing his Zerg before, and now he's going against a Protoss.
Yeah, definitely. He was just last time he was definitely being more safe. It was more about having the CC on the high ground, because if he was going to get Ling rushed, he wouldn't have to worry about trying to defend from 2 locations and having his army out in the open like that, available for like a Ling surround. Because whenever he's going to get, you're going to get cheesed like that, you're not going to have too many forces that early on. So it's much safer just to take it up in the main. But in this game, it's a Protoss. Protoss won't be able to swarm you with all those Lings, so it'll be much easier to defend not necessarily much easier to defend at the low ground than it would be in the main, but it's easier to defend in the lower ground in this matchup than it would be versus a Zerg. And he's going to flip over, so it looks like he's maybe going to go Cyclones. No, Widowmine, so he's probably going to... It looks like Widowmine drops. We do have a Twilight and a Robo coming out here for Shifu. So
that Reaper, it looks like that Reaper's just going to completely miss. He's going to go to the 2 opposite bases, so he'll know by process of elimination where Shifu-ness is. And yeah, that's just the gamble that you take on these 4-player maps, is that you don't know where to begin, and you go and look for him, and sometimes you find him and sometimes you don't.
So 2 more Widow Mines. So it looks like he's going to go into 4 Widow Mines. He's going to set up 1 in the mineral line right now in his main, just in case there's an Oracle coming in. Because an Oracle should, depending on where he builds it. So depending on...
Oh, wow, he got the Reaper.
Depending on the type of Oracle build that you do. If you do a really, really cheesy Oracle build where you're going to get it out as fast as you can, it's going to come out at about 3 minutes. If you do a pretty standard Oracle build, it'll come out at about 3:15. So depending on where you build that will kind of depend on where it's going to come, when it's going to come into your base. If you built the Stargate into his main, it'd come out about 3:30. If it builds a proxy, it'd be about 3:15. So that Widow Mine is at a pretty good time to plant into that mineral line to prevent the Oracle. He has a
Shifu's definitely showing a lot of respect for his opponent by warping in.
Medevac flying into natural right now, going to drop these Widow Mines.
Oh, he's going to get in the main. He's going to get in the main. He's going to go straight for that back mineral line. I don't know if he's going to get anything done, but he's going to get the full scout off. He knows
4,
everything that's
2, 10. 10 kills from the Widow Mines in Shifu's natural there.
That's amazing.
So he's going to try and save these Widow Mines now. Run away. Oracle goes down.
Oh, those he's not burying his Widow Mines, and they're just
he's just trying to run him away because there's an observer. So we have 1 worker killed to 11. And it looks like Void Runner is probably going to set this medevac around and fly it into the main actually now. He's sending it back out and he's sending it towards the north. So that's probably going to come from a main flank into the main with those 2 Widow Mines, get a few more kills.
So double medevac coming out of that starport there, and we've got Stim is nearly done. It's going to be done momentarily. That Widow Mine planted in the 3rd of Shifu-ness.
Combat shields on the way. Stim finishes. We have Stalkers and Adepts moving across the map here. There's a Warp Prism already set up in the map. An observer at the natural is able to see that those Widow Mines that he has planted there. So we'll probably see some aggression coming out soon. Charge is on
here
the
come
way.
Here come the whole army of stalkers from Shifunis, and they're gonna go jump right onto these. Oh no, they're gonna see them from the observer. They're gonna see these widow mines coming down. All of the SEVs are gonna get back in the base. He's only gonna lose one, maybe two. So he only loses 2 SEVs, which is actually kind of a miracle. But he is probably gonna lose this command center unless he flies it over. It gets chased back. I would definitely send something to go repair that. Yeah, that was an amazing push by Shifunis just to ruffle the feathers of Void Runner, but he was able to hold it. He's definitely going to keep his natural, get it all repaired up, and then get back to mining.
Yeah, we also have a turret going out at the front of his natural, so you can be prepared for the observer to stop it from sniping the widow mine there.
And the worker count, dead even, 46-46. The army count, 41-40 in favor of Shifunis, and it's definitely even game. I'm really enjoying this master versus master.
Shifunis has taken the third. I don't like the location in which he took the third, though. I don't think that's a great spot. Generally, you don't want to expand into the Terran, especially whenever they're doing bio drops. You tend to want to expand away, kind of create a split map. That way they can't just keep reinforcing those drops over and over into their base. Plus as you can see where he's putting the Liberator like that, obviously that wasn't that great of a placement in that situation. However, that base is very susceptible to the Liberators due to the dead space in the back here. If he could easily set up a couple just like right here and block it all off, or even he has the same opportunity in the natural. However, there's a pylon in the natural to defend against that, but nothing at the third to stop such a thing.
Right, and I think in some ways, it's just a really confident, almost like a bait to get Void Runner to come after that third base, because it's just so close. It's almost in Void Runner's territory, rather than taking that safe third, which allows then drops in all 3 locations and a little bit more of a contain. I think that he's basically just putting all his cards on the table and saying, I'm pretty sure that my army can beat your army, so here, I'm just going to expand right next to you.
You're going to deny the third here.
Yeah, that's a great move with that. And he actually, he's been holding on to that for a while, that Warp Prism, so there's definitely a good use of that Warp Prism.
Yeah, he's definitely way behind on the macro there. The third base is much more saturated for Shifu than it is for Void.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm getting a little bit nervous, I gotta say. I would love to see some aggression from Void Runner really soon, because it looks like still even worker count, but or still even army count, but the worker count now is 64-49 in favor of Shifunis, and he's got that third up and running, fully saturated, oversaturated even, and all of his other bases, of course, are all fully saturated as well. So this is definitely a huge mineral advantage. We've got over 500 minerals to 200 minerals for Void Runner, so we've got to get something going on here for Team Psionic Aftermath.
Shifu sees the Ghost Academy after dropping the Zealots into the main here. Zealots gonna get 6 worker kills so far. Just gonna pick up and fly on out. Oh, so close. I think one thing that I think Void Runner could do is maybe pop out a Viking out of the starport, and kind of set that up to take care of the Warp Prism. And then drop that Stalker off over at the third there to try and make sure that he's not going to take that as a base. But definitely 1-1 upgrades for both of them. Third's finally almost finished for Void, but Shifu has a 4th now.
Yeah, no, this is definitely I'm getting pretty nervous about how this game is turning out for Void Runner. He's got his weapons level 2 nearly complete, but compared to his last games where he was the aggressor the whole game, now this time it's Shifunis who has a majority of the map control. He can see literally everything that's happening on his side of the map, and so he's even going to see these medevacs trying to sneak in with the Zealot right there in the middle. So he's going to be able to react with the Stalkers, get on up there, splitting his army pretty evenly. He's got High Templar in his main force, which is sitting right in front of.
Storm is
Voidrunner's
complete
base.
too, and he does have energy for his storms now. So his giant bio army that we're looking at from Voidrunner can easily be annihilated by this unless he gets some really, really good splits. But that combined with the force fields of the sentries, I don't think will really
Oh man,
yield too well of a result.
Some perfect overcharges force the drop out so that it becomes pretty much just deflected completely.
We do have Ghost for the for our Terran player though, so the Terran, if he gets some good EMPs onto those High Templar, he can practically make them useless. That could
And
definitely
now
change the pace.
this
of
is
the game.
maxed out. He's at 200 supply, and our Terran Voidrunner is at 144. So
Yeah, he's at 144, but this is going to be a thing right here. So we have an army supply difference of 109 to 135. The Protoss definitely has a much larger army currently, but his army size capability is capped. He can't make any more army. He's stuck with what he has. So he has 64 workers. So that means that 20 more supply can be put into Voidrunner's army than it would be into Shifuna's, and that could have an effect. If he's able to take a really good engagement, that 20 worker supply difference will definitely generate different results.
okay, and these charge lots are coming in now, and they're coming after the fourth of Voidrunner.
He's pulling the army out of position. He doesn't have those liberation right, and now he's gonna.
Oh man!
Here comes the
and now
engagement.
this main army is going to come right in for Shifunis. He's going to see that Voidrunner went to go protect his base, and he's just going to push right in there. And I don't think there's really much that can be done to contest it on.
I mean,
from
he
the side
has
of
he
the
has
main.
army from both sides, so he can actually get a full surround on this Protoss, and that would be really good. Here comes the EMPs. He's gonna come in. He sees the High Templar. He gets EMPs all over the High Templar and the sentries. And
Wow.
Oh my God, that's huge. He needs to push it now. He needs to move his entire army now.
Oh, he just
he's got
took
some
out
full
all
surround.
the
He's coming
Templars
out.
without a single storm. Amazing.
Oh my Jesus! This engagement
Oh,
is
wow.
perfect for Voidrunner.
Voidrunner
Oh
just
man, he's
has a
losing
perfect
that
package.
natural, but I mean his army supply is phenomenal. He has a much better units than what Shifu is looking at.
Definitely. Unfortunately, the worker count now is 19 workers to 64. So even though Voidrunner had an amazing engagement, he has to do damage right now if he's going to win this game. Because if Voidrunner or Shifunis is allowed to make more units, it's gonna get out of control.
Yeah, Shifu opting not to defend his base and is losing all those reinforcements that are coming out on what little supply he actually has left. But I mean, he has his army across the map and he's trying to do some damage with it.
Oh man, but Zealot's on top of Voidrunner's production as well, and everything that's coming out is rallied, and it's all just getting slaughtered immediately by these speed lots.
So here we got Void pushing into the fourth here, taking some storms, but he is getting some damage out.
But he needs to kill those workers because it's 19 workers to 42 workers, so it's 62 workers, excuse me. So it's definitely
Lots of charge
You know,
lots. These charge lots are going to be really good against this bio. And he's pretty much just going to kind of clean up this army right now.
yeah, this is good game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think Void should have just opted to defend his base from the Zealots and then pushed out. I think if he had been able to keep those reinforcements, that would have been a different, much different.
Yeah, definitely.
outcome.
Having his units rallied and having those charge lots just moving and killing everything in that base really did a lot of damage to Voidrunner that he does not look like he's going to be able to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, he had such a beautiful engagement. That was phenomenal. Like the best. That was exactly like what I was talking about. He needed to do, and he did it. He got it down pristine. But I think just the reaction afterwards was not the optimal reaction. I mean, he's saving some of these buildings, but he can't produce. He's not producing anything. So I mean, his army supply is 23. His workers are 19, opposed to the 47 workers and 72 army supply of Shifunis. He's just not going to be able to defend anything. He's trying to make some barracks still back at home and rebuild.
And meanwhile, Shifunis
but those Zealots are still in the base.
Unfazed, and he's taking his 5th base.
Yep. He's taking a 5th. Army's out in the middle of the map, and I think he's about ready that he can probably start pushing out.
Yeah, I think as soon as Voidrunner sees this army, he's going to call good game because there's really, I mean, maybe he won't. Maybe he has faith in himself because he did have that really good engagement. But I'm definitely having a hard time holding the faith in this one.
Yep. Shifu's economy is just booming.
106 army supply to 20. It just looks like a game of hide and seek at this point.
Zealot's coming in over here to the fourth.
Yeah, definitely a beautiful game by Shifunis this time, and taking the aggression, taking the aggressive stance, losing that one big engagement, but able to defend all of his bases.
Yeah, definitely. And he's just going to move that army into the natural. I mean, there's nothing really in there, so I don't know. He doesn't really need to push in there. I think he should just try and push this last base that the Void Runner has left, and just I'm pretty sure there's a scan going out on the fourth. Pretty sure he knows. He's supply blocked. It's 42 out of 43 units, and it's pretty one-sided.
Yeah, and those zealots are still just cleaning everything up in the base. He had a big army, but or a sizable army, but not good enough. And at this point, we're just waiting for the good game to be called, and
Yep.
Void Runner's gonna go ahead and take out a small force and try and pick this off, but
It's just gonna fight give it a fight till the end.
Yeah, it's only a shadow of his former glory.
There we go.
And
GG.
GG's called. Congratulations to Team Confederation.
Yeah, definitely.
Confederation.
A very well played game. Definitely well played on both sides.
Yeah, so thanks for everybody for watching, and hope that it was an enjoyable experience. Hope everybody got some entertainment out of this tonight. Thanks to all the players for playing and entertaining us, of course.
Yeah, definitely good runs by both Ice and Void here. Both getting a lot of wins for each team and really stepping it up to the plate whenever it's needed, and almost pulling it off there at the end for Void, but Shifu was just said, nope, sorry buddy, we want this is ours. And so they took it. They did a really well job, played some really sick games, and I'm very excited. It was well played all around.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed it, and unfortunately for Psionic Aftermath, the all-kill reverse was halted at the very end, and good job to Void Runner for picking it up and tying the series back up and giving us a wonderful last game there. Beautiful engagement. I really enjoyed seeing his skills. Definitely wanted to see, like you were saying, I wanted to see him clean up those zealots, because if he was able to keep his production there, I think he definitely would have had a shot, at least at keeping the game fairly even. But having those zealots take out everything was just beautiful for the Confederation, and they take it tonight.
Yep, definitely. So, GG's everybody. Thanks for watching. You wanna give a quick shout out, really quick?
Oh no, just thanks everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the stream, we look forward to seeing you again. We're going to keep trying to do this. If you want to follow Psionic Aftermath on Twitch, we also have a Twitter and Facebook, YouTube channel as well. Our website, psionicaftermath.com. Pretty much any social media that I go to, type /Psionic Aftermath afterwards, and you'll find us. It's right there on the left side of the screen. Also for me at the top, Apocalyptic at Twitter, also at Twitch. So stop by. I stream. We try and do this as much as possible. If you enjoy it, just keep up with both of us, and we'll see you later for more games. GG's everybody.
Definitely.
Well played.
The Wardy Team League match will be Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll be streaming that.
Little.
All right, aloha everybody.
Yep. Adios, guys. GG's.